Hello, Professor, Catherine, and Jamie. Today, I will give a presentation on the article, Why Would Corporations Behave in Socially Responsible Ways? An Institutional Theory of Corporate Social Responsibility, which was written by Campbell and published in Academy of Management Reviews in 2007. This article has offered a non-conventional argument that corporate social responsibility is likely to occur under some specific institutional conditions, which include economic conditions and the accordingly mediating institutional factors. Different from the previous two articles on business ethics, this article gives a deeper explorations on regulation, which the author defines in the article as institutional factors. It also provides a more concrete motivations that lead corporations to act in socially responsible ways. The article first gives a brief literature reviews on corporate social responsibility. Second, it defines a behavioral threshold under which corporations would not act in socially responsible way. Third, it illustrates and arguments that what economic conditions make corporations more likely to behave responsibly and what institutional factors mediating the relationships between economic conditions and the socially responsible corporate behavior. To begin with, the author points out some insufficiencies in literature. The previous literatures on corporate social responsibility mostly focuses on theoretical research, which has only explored the relationship between corporate social responsibility and corporate financial performance, while ignoring socially responsible corporate behavior as a dependent variable and its affecting factors. Besides this one-sided research, there has been another common sense about the ultimate purpose of corporations is to achieve the maximization of profit and the shareholders' value. In this way, corporations may act in whatever ways they can to ensure the profits, which may never lead themselves to practice socially responsible behaviors. Although there also have been some literature exceptions which point towards the institutional approach of corporate social responsibility, the researcher haven't fully developed the institutional theory argued in this paper. So the author looks into two questions, asking why corporations would act in socially responsible way and under what conditions corporations are more likely to act in socially responsible ways. To answer these two questions, it's crucial to define what socially responsible corporate behavior is. The paper defines that two criteria must be fulfilled to evaluate corporate social responsibility. First, corporations must not do anything that could harm stakeholders. Second, corporations must rectify behaviors if the harm has been caused. This definition sets the threshold under which corporation behavior should be treated as irresponsible. After the author gives the definition of the minimum behavior standard, he answers the questions by comparing variations in corporations' behavior with different contexts of institutions and countries. A propositions are made to support his argument. The first two propositions are raised based on economic conditions that affect corporate social responsibility. The first one is that with corporate financial performance and an unhealthy economy reduce corporate social responsibility. The second one is that the level of competition has a curvilinear effect. where moderate level of competitions tend to stimulate more socially responsible behavior, but either high or low levels of competitions tend to reduce socially responsible behavior. The rest propositions are about the institutional factors that mediating the relationship between economic conditions and corporate social responsibility. The author states that corporations are more likely to act in socially responsible ways the more they encounter strong state regulations, industrial self-regulations, NGOs, and other independent organizations that monitor them, and a normative institutional environment that encourages socially responsible behavior. Moreover, socially responsible corporate behavior is more likely to occur to the extent that firms belong to industrial or employee associations and engage in institutional communications with stakeholders. Last, the author proposes possibilities that governments must adopt neoliberal policies and notably the regulations under the reality of economic globalizations. However, I have doubts about this approach because I don't think it would be possible to take all accounts on corporations themselves. In this case, if government offloads some of their regulatory responsibility, which stakeholders should take the responsibility to regulate or monitor corporate behavior. So my research questions is that under the current economic situations, which stakeholders, including governments, NGOs, social movement organizations, shareholder, and the press, may take a more significant or effective roles in monitoring corporate social responsibility. That's all of my presentations. Thank you.